Ever really stopped and thought about like how unbelievably huge the universe actually is? Like really try to picture just stars on stars and then galaxies stretching way further than we can even wrap our heads around. It kind of makes you wonder, right? About what else could be out there.
It's incredible, isn't it?
And that's exactly where we're headed on today's deep dive. We're going to unpack this mind-blowing idea, the Kardashev scale. It's basically a way to try and classify how advanced civilizations out there in the cosmos could possibly become. And to help me navigate this whole thing, I've got our expert here with us.
Hi.
So to kick things off, can you give us a quick rundown? What exactly is the Kardashev scale and who came up with this whole concept anyway?
Right. So the Kardashev scale, super interesting stuff, was actually thought up by a Soviet astronomer
Yeah.
guy named Nikolai Kardashev.
Okay.
And way back in 1964, he was already trying to figure out this question that still kind of blows our minds today. It's like, how could we even start looking for alien civilizations?
Yeah.
With this gigantic universe. And on top of that, how could we even begin to categorize them, based on how good their technology is?
Right.
So Kardashev had this big idea. He figured, why not focus on energy? It's basically what makes any technological society tick.
Yeah, makes sense. The more energy a civilization can use, the more advanced they'd have to be just to wrangle all that power. So it's kind of like a cosmic measuring stick for how advanced they are.
Exactly. That's the beauty of this scale. It's so simple, but it totally works.
Mm-hmm.
It basically says the more energy a civilization can harness, the better their tech is going to be. And because of that, their whole civilization would have to be way more advanced too.
So we're talking about like manipulating entire planets, stars even.
Oh, yeah. Even galaxies. It's pretty mind-blowing.
It's definitely a lot to take in.
Yeah.
So let's break it down a bit. What kind of insane advancements are we talking about at each level of this Kardashev scale?
All right, so Kardashev, when he first thought this up, he outlined three main types of civilizations.
Okay.
Type I, the most basic type, is what you'd call a planetary civilization. These guys, they've totally mastered using all the energy that's available on their home planet.
Hold on a sec. Are we talking like controlling volcanoes and earthquakes, even like the weather?
Yeah.
Because that's some serious sci-fi stuff right there.
You got it. Type I civilizations, they'd have technology that would seem like straight out of a movie to us. Imagine a world where they've completely figured out natural disasters, completely a thing of the past, where they're using every bit of renewable energy they can squeeze out of their planet.
Wow.
Now, just to give you an idea where we stand,
Yeah.
humans, even with all our fancy gadgets and gizmos, we haven't quite hit that level yet.
So where does that put us on the scale? Are we like a type 0.5 civilization still messing around with the light switch?
Well, Carl Sagan, the famous astronomer,
Yeah.
he actually came up with a more, shall we say, granular version of this scale back in the 70s.
Okay.
And based on his math, humanity was somewhere around a type 0.7 back then.
Oh, yeah.
We've definitely made some progress since, I'll give us that. But we're still a ways away from being a true type I civilization.
It's a little humbling,
Mm-hmm.
but also kind of exciting. Like we've got a lot of room to grow still.
Definitely.
But let's talk about the civilizations that have moved past the beginner levels, you know?
Mhm.
What's a type 2 civilization like? Because that's got to be where things get really interesting.
Now, type 2, this is where things get seriously mind-blowing. We're talking about a civilization that can harness the energy of its entire star.
Wait a second. So you're saying they could build something that could actually, like, cover a whole star?
It's crazy, right?
How is that even possible?
We're talking megastructures here, stuff that completely dwarfs anything we can even dream of building right now. Things like Dyson swarms, which would be millions, maybe even billions of mirrors or solar panels, all orbiting their star, catching every single photon of energy it blasts out.
Wow.
And with that kind of power, they could basically fuel entire planets, easily travel between star systems. I mean, the things they could do, it's just mind-boggling.
Okay, I need a second to process that. Harnessing the power of a whole star. That's insane. That's just on another level. But I know there's more, right?
Yeah.
What about type 3 civilizations? Those are the ones that make even a type 2 look tiny.
Oh, absolutely.
So, like, what can they do?
It's almost impossible to grasp. We're talking about civilizations that have gone from a single star to, get this, controlling the energy output of a whole galaxy. That's billions upon billions of stars under their control.
Wow.
That's the realm of a Type 3 civilization. And what they could accomplish at that level, well, it kind of boggles the mind.
So we're talking civilizations that could move stars around, like rearrange them, maybe even mess with the fabric of space-time itself. I mean, is there anything they couldn't do?
Think about it. Their engineering would be on a scale we can't even comprehend.
Hmm.
Imagine being able to rearrange stars to, like, create the perfect energy sources, or even building stuff around supermassive black holes to tap into their crazy gravitational energy.
It's mind-blowing.
I know, right? And those are just the ideas we can come up with. The civilization that advanced, they probably thought of stuff we can't even dream of.
It really does make you wonder, are there any limits? Given enough time, I mean.
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it's something people have been debating ever since Kardashev came up with this scale. Some people have even gone beyond his original 3 types,
Right.
trying to imagine, what could be even more advanced than a type 3.
What could be more advanced than controlling a galaxy? Would they be messing around with other universes?
That's getting into some wild territory. But there are some interesting theories out there. Take physicist Mikio Kaku, for example.
Okay.
He's the one who suggested adding a type 4.
A type 4. Okay, and what can they do?
These guys would be able to harness energy, not just from one galaxy, but from multiple galaxies.
Wow.
Maybe even the entire universe.
Whoa, okay, now we're talking about civilizations that make even type 3s look like amateurs. But how would that even work? Would they be messing with, like, dark energy, maybe controlling how the universe expands?
That's the kind of scale we're talking about with type 3. And Kaku takes it even further.
How so?
He connects this level of advancement to this idea of, get this, a knowledge economy.
A knowledge economy. Okay, interesting.
He argues that once a civilization reaches that level, they're no longer focused on physical resources like we are.
Oh.
They've moved on to knowledge and information. That's their main thing.
Which, I mean, it makes sense. If you can bend the laws of physics, who needs gold or oil, right?
Exactly.
Knowledge would be the most valuable thing.
Absolutely. And it's not just about energy either.
Yeah.
There's this guy, Robert Zubrin.
Okay.
He's big on Mars colonization.
Right.
He has a different take on what comes after type 3. He focuses on resource mastery, being able to use stuff across huge distances of space.
Okay. So instead of just looking at how much energy they use, it's about what they're doing with it, how they're shaping the universe around them.
Exactly. Think about, like, terraforming planets, mining entire asteroids, even building structures so big they make solar systems look tiny.
Wow. It's like the universe is their playground.
Pretty much. And then there's John DeBarro. He's a cosmologist, and he took things in a completely different direction. He came up with this thing called the anti-Kardashev scale.
The anti-Kardashev scale, what is that?
Yeah? Instead of going bigger and bigger with energy and expansion, he asked, what if a civilization got super advanced by mastering the very small? Like, imagine a civilization that can manipulate atoms, subatomic particles, even space-time itself.
So instead of building megastructures, they're going inward, exploring the universe at its tiniest level.
Exactly. They're like the ultimate microengineers.
That's wild. It's like you've got these galaxy-spanning civilizations on one hand and then these tiny universe-probing ones on the other.
Right. Talk about a cosmic pick-your-own-adventure. And it just shows you there could be tons of different ways for intelligence and technology to evolve. Right?
Absolutely.
Not just the ways we can imagine based on, our own limited experience.
It's both humbling and mind-blowing at the same time. But here's the thing that gets me. If these super civilizations are out there, why haven't we seen any evidence of them?
Well, now you've hit on one of the biggest head-scratchers in our search for life beyond Earth. The Fermi paradox.
Right, the Fermi paradox. Explain that to me again. I've heard of it, but I'm not totally sure I get it.
Basically, it's this. The universe is enormous, right?
Right.
And old, billions of years old.
Okay.
So it's teeming with stars and probably tons of habitable planets. So given all that, why haven't we heard from anyone else yet? Where is everyone?
Yeah, it's a big question.
And it's not just that we haven't actually made contact.
Right.
We haven't even found a single artifact, a stray radio signal, not even a giant construction project out there in space.
Yeah, you'd think we would have found something by now, even by accident.
You'd think. And that silence, the lack of any real proof, that's what makes the Fermi paradox so baffling.
So what are the possible explanations?
So there are all sorts of theories.
Okay.
Some people think intelligent life is actually super rare. Others say maybe those advanced civilizations are purposely hiding from us.
Right. Hiding? Like, why would they do that?
Who knows? But it's an intriguing thought. Or maybe, just maybe, they're communicating in ways we don't understand. It could be like, imagine trying to pick up a radio signal when everyone else has moved on to some crazy advanced form of communication that we don't even have the tech to detect.
That's a really interesting point. So how do we even begin to look for those other forms of communication?
That's the challenge that keeps SETI researchers up at night.
Right.
We're not just listening for radio waves anymore. We're looking for any signs of big engineering projects.
Hmm.
Things like anomalies in starlight that could be a Dyson sphere.
Right.
Even slight changes in the chemical makeup of stars.
Oh, wow.
That could tell us if a civilization's siphoning off its energy.
So we're literally looking for the fingerprints of these mind-blowingly huge structures on the light coming from distant stars.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like cosmic archaeology on a massive scale. What are the odds we actually find something?
Well, it's definitely a long shot. But even the possibility of finding something makes it worth the effort. Who knows, maybe one day we'll catch a glimpse of something, a flicker, a whisper of a signal that tells us, hey, we are not alone in this giant, mysterious universe. It really puts things into perspective, right?
It really does. I mean, all the stuff we stress about down here on Earth, all our little dramas, they seem kind of small when you start thinking about, the vastness of space and the potential for intelligent life out there.
Exactly. It's like zooming out and seeing the bigger picture for the first time.
Yeah.
We get so caught up in our own little world, we forget how huge and mysterious the universe really is.
Yeah. And just knowing there could be these incredible civilizations out there, it's humbling. But I have to admit, all this focus on how much energy a civilization uses, like that's the big measure of how advanced they are, it makes me wonder if maybe the Kardashev scale is missing something.
Oh, I see what you mean. It's like, what about all the other stuff that makes a civilization advanced? Things like how they treat each other, their culture, their art, how they interact with their environment.
Right. What if there's a civilization out there that's achieved like perfect sustainability? They live in total harmony with their environment, and instead of using all their energy to build megastructures, they focus on art, philosophy, understanding consciousness, things like that.
Exactly. They might be way more advanced than we can even imagine, but in ways the Kardashev scale doesn't even consider.
Yeah. It just seems kind of one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Like bigger and more powerful is always better. There's got to be more to it than that.
I think you've hit on one of the main criticisms of the Kardashev scale.
Yeah.
It's definitely a very, how should I put it, tech-focused way of looking at advanced civilizations.
Yeah.
It doesn't really consider that a civilization might choose a different path, one that values different things.
Right. And it assumes that they'd even want to keep growing and expanding forever. Like, is that even realistic?
That's another valid point.
I mean, look at our own history. There are tons of examples of civilizations that were powerful but ended up collapsing. They destroyed themselves or they wrecked their environment. So who's to say that even a Type 3 civilization wouldn't eventually face those same issues, just on a much larger scale?
It's a scary thought.
It is. And it kind of makes you think, maybe the real test of an advanced civilization isn't just about how powerful their technology is, but whether they can actually survive long term.
Right.
If they can learn from their mistakes and find a way to thrive without destroying everything around them.
It's like that saying, with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly. A truly advanced civilization wouldn't just be defined by how much energy they can control, but by how wisely they use it, how much they care about the universe around them.
It's a whole different way of looking at things. And who knows, maybe that's why we haven't encountered any of these super civilizations yet. Maybe the ones that have survived for millions, billions of years are the ones who learned that true advancement isn't about endless growth, but about finding balance, living in a way that benefits everyone and everything around them.
It's a pretty profound thought, right? And it kind of leaves us with more questions than answers, but maybe that's the whole point. It makes us realize how much we still have to learn and how much more there is to discover out there. So, to everyone listening, the next time you look up at the night sky and see all those stars, just remember, we're still just getting started as a species. Who knows what the future holds? Maybe one day we'll be the ones leaving our mark on the galaxy, or maybe we'll find a different path altogether. But the possibilities are endless, and just thinking about them, it can inspire us to dream bigger and to create a better future, both for ourselves and for the universe we're all a part of.